I will give example for ADC and same lab we are going to do. So one server I have here. Once I'll configure, then I will explain about it, how it's working. So two server right now we have, for example, and the server name I gave, this server name I gave 22 server 1. Exactly the same scenario I am giving, which I have configured the lab. We have set up the lab because you should not confuse. And this server I gave name 2022 server 2. And IP I am going to configure here 172.16.0.101 for this. I'll give 100 this, and the DNS will be the same 172.16.0.100. And for this server I am going to give 172.16.0.101, and DNS will be 172.16.0.100. So this is additional domain controller. This is our ADC, and this is root DC. Domain name I am going to register. I am going to assign domain here learning.com. The same domain will replicate here. It will add the same domain learning.com. So exactly the same scenario I am going to give. I have two servers. I have changed the computer name. One server I have changed. You can see. I will show you the lab. This is server 1, and you can see 2022 server 1 and 2022 server 2. And if you want to see the computer name, so just click on local server and you can see here computer name. This is the computer name 22 server 1. This is for PC 1, server 1. And if you go server 2, I'll go server 2. Here you can see 2022 server 2. Same scenario I have given there. Okay. So nothing I have done here. I did not do anything. Fresh machine. Both machine are fresh machine, and I am going to configure from scratch. So easily you will understand here. So like fresh machine I have to, and now what I am going to do in lab, I am going to assign the IP address. Then what I will do, first I will configure root DC in first server, means in server 1. So how will I configure? First I will install Active Directory. What will be the step here? In first step I will install Active Directory. In this install active, first I will assign the IP, then I will install the Active Directory. Then second step I will promote AD2, means Active Directory to domain controller. When I will promote this, that time it will ask the domain name. So that time we will give our domain learning.com. So remaining stuff you know already, how we have to install Active Directory, how can we install. I have explained already, last session we have done. So the same we are going to do in server 1. First we will install Active Directory, then promote Active Directory to domain controller. And in this case, when we will be promoting this Active Directory to domain controller, it will ask one option. Out of 3 options we have to select create new forest. Here third you have to select create new forest. And in this case, first install Active Directory, second promote AD2 domain controller, and third step, when the option is coming, 3 options coming, here what we have to do, we have to select first option, select add domain controller to an existing domain. So this domain controller we have to add in this existing domain learning.com. So therefore at later, after configuring this, we will be getting the same learning.com. So this is our agenda. First And then after configuring this, we'll check the replication. We'll create some users in root DC and we'll come and we'll check additional domain controller. The user should be replicated here, means same user should be copied here. Also we'll check, we'll create some user in ADC and again the same user you can see in root DC. Means we can check the replication in both root DC and ADC. So this is our agenda we are going to do. Just you please you take either snapshot, mobile screenshot you take, or just you remember, because the same stuff I am going to do, same environment, same lab. So let's see our lab. This is our first server to assign IP address ncpa.cpl and static IP I have to give the same IP what I have shown there, 172.168.0.100 IP for our root DC, and computer name already changed, you can see it's a 22 server 1. Then the same stuff, what, just click manage. How to install Active Directory, again you see from beginning, just click manage, add role and features, click on next, click on next, click on next, and here you have to select second option, that is Active Directory domain services, and click next, 3 times next, and then so once this Active Directory install, I'm not going to do anything in additional domain controller now. First you have to configure root DC, then you have to go additional domain controller, because in additional domain controller we are not installing, we will be adding this domain. So if you have not configured this, then additional domain controller you will not able to do. See, this Active Directory install now. Then I will click on notification. As I explain you, this notification indicates some pending information is there, something you need to do. Just click here, you will get to know what we need to do. So you can see here notification, promote this server to domain controller. So just I will click here, and you can see out of 3 options we have to select this one, add a new forest, or we are creating new forest, and just name you give here learning.com. We need not to do anything, as it is, leave it as it is, just give DSRA password, nothing else. Then next, install, finish, these options only comes. This is your database, and just next, and then install. That's all. So now our root domain controller is going to install. It is installing already. This stuff we have done. Okay, you can see IP I gave 172.16.0.100, and I have installed the Active Directory. I have promoted this, and I have selected create, instead of create, add new forest. I have selected this option, and I gave our domain name learning.com. Okay, as of now we have completed this stuff, and now what we need to do, now we have to straightly come to additional domain controller server 2, and the same stuff we need to do here. We have to configure, first we have to assign the IP, and in IP you can see IP should be changed but DNS should be the same, and you have to follow the step like install Active Directory, same as root DC we did, and then we'll promote AD to domain controller, right? And when we'll be promoting this, the option will come, 3 options. In that you have to select first option. Then what we need to do, let's come to additional domain controller now. So same stuff we need to do. First we need, you can see server already changed. We have to assign the IP address. IP we gave for this additional domain controller 101, and DNS, you don't worry about default gateway. I will explain about this later. Okay. So here preferred DNS is 172.16.0.100. We have assigned IP. Now we have to install the Active Directory. Step number 1, manage, and just click next, 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 and here you have to select the same Active Directory domain services. Click next, 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 and install.
तो सर इसके लिए हमें कितने सर्वर इंस्टॉल करने पड़ेंगे? 2 करने पड़ेंगे क्या?
हाँ, तभी तो एडिशनल डोमेन कंट्रोलर हम कहाँ कर सकते हैं। देखिए यहाँ देखिए, अगर ये जैसे हमारा रूट डीसी है तो एक सर्वर हमारे पास होना चाहिए। हमें नहीं, हम तो दिखा रहे हैं ना आपको कि हमने 2 सर्वर लिया, लेकिन अगर क्वेश्चन है कि एडिशनल डोमेन कंट्रोलर के लिए एक ही सर्वर चाहिए ना आपको, लेकिन एक तो रूट डीसी रहेगा तभी तो एडिशनल उसका हम लेंगे। एडिशनल का मतलब क्या है? एडिशनल डोमेन कंट्रोलर का मतलब है इट इज अ बैकअप सर्वर। ये क्यों चाहिए हमें? अगर ये फेल हो जाता है, राइट, अगर ये फेल हो गया तो हमारे यूजर कहां से रेप्लिकेट करेंगे, हमारे यूजर कहां लॉगिन करेंगे? तो इसीलिए हम बैकअप बना के रखते हैं। अगर फेल हो गया तो ये सर्विस प्रोवाइड करता रहेगा। तो कॉन्फ़िगर करने के लिए आपको 2 सर्वर चाहिए, एक रूट डीसी रहेगा और दूसरा एडीसी। अब यहाँ कॉन्फ़िगर करने के लिए एक बात और भी है। अब यहाँ चेक करना है हमें कि कम्युनिकेशन दोनों के अंदर होना चाहिए, यहाँ से यहाँ पिंग होना चाहिए। कम्युनिकेशन नहीं होगा तो ये ऐड नहीं होगा। जो यहाँ पे हम ऐड कराएंगे ना, यहाँ इट विल नॉट ऐडेड इन दिस। तो हमें वी हैव टू चेक द कम्युनिकेशन। तो चलिए हम चेक करते हैं, एक बार हो जाने दीजिए फिर समझ में आएगा संतोष आपको। देखिए, सो नाउ यू कैन सी वी हैव इंस्टॉल्ड द एक्टिव डायरेक्टरी। नाउ विल चेक द कम्युनिकेशन बिटवीन दीज 2 सर्वर। तो लेट्स कम फर्स्ट आवर रूट डीसी, पिंग करके देखते हैं हम दोनों में कि कन्वर्सेशन हो रहा है या नहीं हो रहा है। सो पिंग 172.16.0. additional domain controller IP is 101. It's pinging, no problem. And from additional domain controller to root domain controller, we'll check ping 172.16.0.100. So okay, fine. Both side communication is happening. कम्युनिकेशन हो रहा है तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। नाउ वी आर एबल टू कॉन्फ़िगर। सो क्या करना है? वी जस्ट क्लिक ऑन नोटिफिकेशन एंड सेम एज वी डिड इन रूट डीसी, promote this server to domain controller. Just click here and you have to care about here stuff other than now similar. You can see here what we have to select: add a domain controller to an existing domain. We have to select first option and you have to write here your domain. What is your domain? It is learning.com, and we have to select. Then it will ask the authorization from the root DC authentication. So just click select. So now you can see it will ask the authentication. Here you can see credential, whether you are going to be part of root DC. So what is you should know at this time? You should know root DC administrator and password. So you can see username and password. So I know you have to give administrator @learning.com. You have to give this full domain controller, domain administrator credential, and the password like this. Okay. If any conversation problem, means any network issue, means here only you will get the error. If everything fine, then you will get learning.com. If communication not happening, then you will get error. But communication, in our case, communication no problem, so definitely we will not get any error. So just click OK, and you Error is still there. Something problem. Firewall should be turned off and both sides. Firewall.cpl is a command to open this firewall and just turn off firewall. This is window firewall, software firewall. You should turn off this. Otherwise it will block the DNS IP. This is the reason. And check the ncpa.cpl DNS IP may be changed. So I hope now we should not get any error. I hope now it will proceed. Okay, so just click here, select. Oh, I think from beginning again we have to do. Just close this. And one thing more I have to check. Here I will go. Everything fine. Now we should not get error. What we need to just click notification, promote the server, and here what we need to do, learning.com. Some network issue that I am checking. Okay, don't worry about. Sometimes it's happened. Now let me check the conversation. Oh, I think this learning.com also is there some other server.
Yeah, they give only the name error.
That is only. Okay, just we'll restart once. Okay. I think in this server 2019 we gave one domain, 2022. Last domain we did test.com, right?
Yes.
It was test.com, and here I don't know what domain.
So it should be domain.
Again we have to do. Again we have to uninstall. Actually, during the uninstallation, 2 times you have to do. DNS you have to uninstall. Now everything will remove. Okay, and then what we'll do? We'll change. I think learning.com is there in my server somewhere. Okay.
Okay.
I have one virtual box. I think in that one server there, learning.com. So therefore it's conflicting somewhere.
Okay. So when you make the test.com domain in the first time previous lecture, you give the address of the class A IP address. But this time you are giving the class B IP address.
No problem. That is not reason because this is total to another scenario, no? Different scenario.
Oh, different scenario. Okay.
That is not issue. Issue is, same IP if I would have given now, then it can be problem. Like 10.series I gave for test.com. If I am giving here 10.series IP, then it can conflict. But we are giving different series. So that is not a matter. That is not a problem because this is another network. Problem is domain related. Somewhere definitely this learning.com domain somewhere is working in this server, my server.
Okay. Yeah, just change the name this time.
That will change some name.
So, sir, we don't receive any videos yet.
Session.
Yeah.
Santosh, I have shared In your case, sir, you said you have to send a mail now. So, okay, I will ask now only. I will ask people.
All right.
For me, I don't log in actually. I don't use now the mail. Mail for other guys there with me.
Okay. Just remove them.
Yesterday I have shared the link to Santosh. Santosh, आपको मिला ना?
मिला तो सर मिला.
तो I will send you, sir, today.
Okay, if you have easy to WhatsApp, so you can send WhatsApp.
WhatsApp, if you say, I can share now after just finishing this session. Okay. See, again, I'm going to install this. I'm giving domain mylab.com. See, if you do any troubleshoot in server got slow.
Hmm? Yeah, it's really hard.
Because we did many troubleshoot in this.
Yes, so you have a bunch of experience, so that's why.
No, if you do real time, no, real like physical machine, it won't give such error. Here, what happened? This VMware workstation, like today
Yeah.
we have configured this mylab.com, right? And that machine we deleted, suppose, right? Even we'll be configuring tomorrow or whenever mylab.com, it will get error sometime.
Yes. Yes.
It will store somewhere in buffer in virtualization case. But in
Yes, but
physical server, it won't get error such like.
yes. Yeah, this time is very slow. I don't know why.
Because we did some troubleshoot and RAM I gave only 2 GB.
Mhm.
Yes, it is 2 GB. And now I cannot increase also.
सर इसमें हम रैम बाद में बढ़ा भी सकते हैं क्या?
बढ़ा सकते हैं लेकिन अभी ये चल रहा है ना, ऑफ रहेगा तो बढ़ा सकते हैं आप.
जब ऑफ रहेगा तो हम इसका रैम बढ़ा सकते हैं ना?
हाँ, बढ़ाने को अभी भी बढ़ा सकते हैं हम, लेकिन उसका कोई मतलब नहीं है. मतलब ऑफ कंडीशन में आपको इंक्रीज करना हार्डवेयर. ठीक है. वैसे वर्चुअलाइजेशन टेक्नोलॉजी कहता है कि आप रनिंग कंडीशन में बढ़ा दीजिए. ठीक है. बट रियल टाइम सिनेरियो में है कि उसका कोई इम्पैक्ट नहीं होता, उसको कोई फायदा नहीं होता उसका. अगर इस बार नहीं हुआ देन इसको स्टॉप कर देंगे. ठीक है. अगेन आई विल कॉन्फ़िगर दिस मशीन एंड विल डू नेक्स्ट लैब. ओके. नाउ डन. ओके.
ऑलरेडी पहले से ही तो कितने लोग डाला करेंगे ना जरा.
सर इसका डीएनएस बार बार चेंज क्यों हो रहा है?
ये होता है, ये एक तरह से हम कहते हैं एरर है माइक्रोसॉफ्ट का कि डोमेन कंट्रोलर प्रमोट होने के बाद इसका डीएनएस लूप बैक एड्रेस हो जाता है 120 सेकंड और, है ना. ये एक बार, बट हमेशा नहीं होगा. जब एक बार हम कॉन्फ़िगर कर लेंगे उसके बाद नहीं होगा. तो अब देखते हैं. नाउ विल ट्राई. इसकी जरूरत पड़ती नहीं है, आप लोग इसका टेंशन मत लेना. ये कुछ हम ट्रबल शूटिंग कर रहे हैं. विल अंडरस्टैंड.
मैं नहीं पढ़ता हूँ, मैं अपने गेट पे बात कर लेता हूँ.
Okay, so let's try again. mylab.com, select region.
सर इसमें admin@ पूरा डोमेन देना पड़ेगा उसके
हाँ,
साथ।
इसमें ये
पूरा डोमेन देना पड़ेगा ये, ठीक है।
आईडी नंबर भी आप ऐड कर देंगे यार।
हाँ,
एडिट नहीं आ रहा, ऐड कराना मोबाइल।
ये देखिए आ गया। ओके सर,
ओके
Yes, I see.
now done. So sometime it's happen. Okay, so don't worry.
Okay.
This is kinds of troubleshooting.
Mhm.
And now nothing, same, install, next, and install. And here it's asking the replication from where it's going to replicate. So we have one this server, no? So just you select. So it will be replicated from here. Nothing else, just next, and install. So what was the issue? Did you understand?
Yes, yes.
The same domain was the problem, okay?
Yeah, the most name, I think you have some way. You have the same name somewhere, so that's why giving error.
Yes. Now what we'll do? Now see, बहुत सर्वर, दोनों सर्वर हम लोग का रेडी हो गया है। अब हम देखेंगे कि कुछ भी हम बनाएंगे एक जगह, दोनों दूसरी जगह रहेगा वो, ऑटोमेटिक इट विल रेप्लिकेट। So we'll create some user in root DC and we'll see the same user will be replicated in ADC. See here I will create one OU. Just right click here and new organizational unit. I will give name. I created a OU and in this OU I'll create a user. Same user you can see it will be replicated there. Just do login. यहाँ पे वो आ गया होगा, मैंने तो अभी नहीं कुछ क्रिएट किया ना, लेकिन वो यूजर एंड वो यू आ गया होगा यहाँ।
Yes, is automatically an additional domain.
So you can see Ishan and user you can see inside, right? Again
Yes.
again I will create one user. यहाँ एक यूजर और मैं क्रिएट करूँगा, जस्ट कॉपी एंड राइट। यहाँ पे एक यूजर बनाया एंड यहाँ आके देखिए, यहाँ पे यूजर, जस्ट रिफ्रेश and now you can see here. Right, so
Both sides.
replication is happening now, and
Yes.
if you create user here, now I am creating user in ADC. So what happened, just see. यहाँ पे मैंने यूजर बनाया ADC में, और नाउ सी ये यहाँ पे आएगा नहीं आएगा, it will come here.
Yes, come.
So both side replication happen, but sometime what you can see, sometime you can see the replication will be slow. Once you replicate, once you create any object in ADC, that takes some more time in root DC. But if you create root DC, it will quickly replicate it to ADC. The reason is schema master and global catalog always will stay with root DC. Okay, other than always replication होगा. बताइए संतोष, समझ में आ रहा है? कोई प्रॉब्लम है?
आ रहा है सर, समझ में आ रहा है।
देखिए रेप्लिकेशन हो रहा है। अभी हम आपको दिखाते हैं क्या FSMO रोल। जस्ट गो CML एंड टाइप नेट डॉम क्वेरी FSMO एंड सेम कमांड यहाँ भी दे दीजिए। सी सभी रोल जो है स्कीमा मास्टर, डोमेनिंग मास्टर, ये पांचों रोल किसके पास है? 22 सर्वर 1 के पास है, राइट। और यहाँ पे जाके देखेंगे, यहाँ भी उन्हीं के पास है। मीन्स दिस सर्वर डजंट हैव एनी रोल। ये सारा रोल किसके पास है? रूट डीसी के पास है। If you transfer these all role to ADC, so then ADC will become root DC. अगर इसको हम ट्रांसफर कर दें सारा रोल ना, तो ये रूट डीसी हो जाएगा और ये एडीसी हो जाएगा। ये सिनेरियो समझ में आया? यहाँ देखिए,
Yes, yes, same scenario.
same scenario, only we have changed the domain and IP something, okay?
Yes.
So replication होगा वो दोनों साइड, इधर से इधर बहुत फास्ट होगा, इधर से थोड़ा सा स्लो होगा। उसका रीजन क्या है? स्कीमा मास्टर। स्कीमा मास्टर क्योंकि हमेशा रूट डीसी के पास ही रहेगा। So today for this, okay, additional domain controller, I will share this including today, except today's session, I will share all the 4-5 session just in 10 minutes, and this lab I will share tomorrow. And tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, we'll take rest, okay? Again we'll join Monday. Monday to Friday will be continuing.
ओके सर, जो ये आज की क्लास है आप इसको आज नहीं करोगे शेयर?
आप कर देंगे संतोष से, थोड़ा सा टाइम लगेगा, शाम तक कर देंगे, ठीक है?
क्योंकि फिर हम इसका प्रैक्टिकल भी कर लेंगे। दिक्कत आएगी, प्रैक्टिकल भी कर।
हाँ, प्रैक्टिकल में आपको कभी डाउट आता है कॉल कर सकते हैं आप, टेंशन नहीं है, ठीक है?
ओके
ओके देन, ओके बाय।